Good morning, children. Today we are going to start the 7th lesson. Name of the lesson is decimals. Let us check the definition of a decimal number. A number with a decimal point is called a decimal number. Example 23.25, 16.571, etc. A decimal number has two parts. One on the left side and other on the right side of the point. Let us see what these parts are. Consider the decimal number 24.31. The dot in between 24 and 31 is called the decimal point. The number to the left of the decimal point is called as the whole part or integral part. Thus, the number 24 is the whole part or integral part. The number to the right of the decimal point is called the decimal part. So, 31 is the decimal part. The decimal point separates the integral part and the decimal part. The number of digits after the decimal point are called the number of decimal places. There are two decimal places in 24.31. Now, let's look at one example. 49.35. 49 is the integral part. The dot in between 49 and 35 is the decimal point. 35 is the decimal part. It is read as 49.35. Look, there are two decimal places in 49.35. Now, let us learn how to represent a decimal number on a place value chart. So, for that, let us first know how a place value chart of a decimal number looks like. Starting from the left, we have the hundreds, tens and ones place, which is to the left of decimal point. So, they represents the whole number part. To the right of the decimal point, we have the decimal part. So, immediately after the decimal point, we have the tenth place. Next, the hundreds and then thousands place. Now, since we have understood the place value chart of a decimal number, let us look at an example. Let us take the decimal number 758.239. We will first write 7 under the hundreds place, 5 under tens place and 8 under ones place. Then we will put a decimal point. After the decimal point, we have the digit 2, which we are going to write under 10th place. Next, the digit 3 will be written under the 100th place. And lastly, the digit 9 will be written under the 1000th place. Here, 758 is the whole number part and 239 is the decimal part. Next, let us learn how to read and write decimal numbers. Let us look at the first example, 25.2, where 25 belongs to the integral or whole number part, so we write 25 in words. The decimal point can be represented as and in words. We have 2 after the decimal point, which represent the decimal part, and 2 is in the 10th place, so we can write 2 tenths. So, 25.2 can be read as 25 and 2 tenths. The second example is 9.63. 9 is to the left of the decimal point, so we read it as 9. Decimal point as and. Since 6 and 3 are to the right of decimal point and 6 is in the 10th place and 3 is in the 100th place, so it can be read as 63 hundredths. So the number 9.63 can be read as 9 and 63 hundredths. Next topic is addition of decimal numbers. Find the sum of the given decimal numbers. Step 1. write the decimal numbers according to their place values. Step 2. Put zeros if necessary to complete the required number of decimal places. Here, we need to add a zero in the hundreds and in the thousands place in the number 131.1. For the number 52.14, add a zero in the thousandth place. Step 3. Add the decimal numbers just like addition of whole numbers. Add the digits in the thousandth place. That is 0 plus 0 plus 8 is equal to 8. Next, add the digit in the hundredth place. That is 0 plus 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. Next, add the digits in 10th place. That is 1 plus 6 is equal to 8. Then put a decimal point. Next, add 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. Next, add tens. That is 3 plus 5 plus 1 is equal to 9. Last, add hundreds. That is 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Hence, the sum of 131.1, 52.14 and 213.648 is 396.888. Let's solve one more example. First, write the decimal numbers according to their place values. Now, put zeros if necessary to complete the required number of decimal places. Finally, add the decimal numbers just like addition of whole numbers. Thus, we get the answer as 94.467. Remember, while adding decimals, all the decimal points should come one below other. Next, let us learn about subtraction of decimal numbers. Find the difference of the given decimal numbers. Step 1. Write the decimal numbers according to their place values. Step 2. Put zeros if necessary to complete the required number of decimal places. Here, we need to add a zero in the hundredth place in the number 537.7. Step 3. Subtract the decimal numbers just like subtraction of whole numbers. Subtract the digits in the hundredth place. Here, as there are not enough hundredths, we borrow 1 from 7/10 and 7 remains 6/10 and 0 becomes 10. Now, 10 minus 3 is equal to 7. Next, we subtract digits in the 10th place. That is 6 minus 1 is equal to 5. Put decimal point. Now, 7 minus 3 is equal to 4. Next, subtract tens. As there are not enough tens, we regroup 5 hundreds and 3 tens to 4 hundreds and 13 tens. Therefore, 13 minus 5 is equal to 8. Last, subtract the hundreds. That is 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. So, we get the answer as 284.57. Let's solve one more example. First, write the decimal numbers according to their place values. Here, the decimal places are complete. So, we do not need to put any zeros. Therefore, we directly subtract the decimal numbers just like the subtraction of whole numbers. Thus, we get the answer as 17.469. Remember, while subtracting decimals, all the decimal points should come one below the other. Next example, Nisha bought 1 kg of sugar, 0.5 kg of tea leaves and 2.349 kg of jaggery. She put the items in her empty bag. What is the total weight of all the things in her bag? To find the total weight of all the things in her bag, we need to add 1 kg, 0.5 kg and 2.349 kg. So let's first write them one below the other. As you can see, the digits in the unit place or ones place, that is 1, 0 and 2 are one below the other in the same column. To make the number of digits equal after the decimal point in the first row, we will write 0 after 1 in the place of tenth. Write 0 in the place of hundredth and one more 0 in the place of thousandths. Similarly, in the second row after 0.5, we will write 0 in the place of hundredths and thousandths. Now the number of digits after the decimal point are equal. Next step should be adding the digits in each place from right to left. The sum of digits in the thousandth place is 9. Hundredth place is 4. Tenth place is 8. And the sum of digits in ones place is 3. Put decimal point after 3. Therefore, the total weight of the items in her bag is 3.849 kg. Next example. Madhu has covered a distance of 36.423 km. She covered 31.8 km by ship and the remaining distance by bus. What is the distance covered by her by bus? From the example, it is clear that Madhu had covered a total distance of 36.423 km. Out of this, she covered 31.8 km by ship. We need to find the distance covered by her by bus. In order to find this, we need to subtract the distance covered by ship from the total distance she has travelled. Therefore, the distance covered by bus is equal to 36.423 km minus 31.8 km. To do the subtraction of these numbers, we will represent them one below the other according to their place values, so that the digits with the same place value come under the same column. We will write zeros at the place of the hundreds and thousands after 8. We do this because it is necessary to make the number of digits equal in both numbers. Since we can write any number of zeros to the right side of decimal point, there will be no change in the value of the number. So let's subtract this. By subtracting the digits at a thousandth place, we get 3 as the result. By subtracting the digit at a hundredth place, we get 2 as the result. We cannot subtract the digits at a tenth place because the digit in the first row is smaller than the digit in the second row. So, we will borrow 1 from ones place. By doing so, the digit at a unit place is reduced to 5 and 4 tenths become 14 tenths. Now, if we subtract 8 from 14, we get 6 as the result. By subtracting the digits at a unit place, we get 4 as the result. Similarly, by subtracting the digits at the tens place, we get 0 as the result. As you can see that 4 is at the unit place, 6 at the tenth place, 2 at the hundredth place and 3 at the thousandth place. Therefore, we can say that 36.423 minus 31.8 is equal to 4.623. That is, Madhu has covered 4.623 kilometers by bus. So children, today we discussed addition and subtraction of decimal numbers. Today's class is completed.